So I'm starting the session now. Basically, today in this session, we are going to discuss the very non-technical way to understand that how the AI agents are reshaping our industry, or basically how it is impacting our work, because we are hearing lots of buzz about AI agents. Like people are saying 2025 is all about AI agents. So and we are going to understand in this webinar specifically that actually what are the use cases where we can utilize the AI agent, how these things are actually working. Okay, and what benefit I can get if I want to learn it. Okay, because it's not necessary that every time, everywhere, or I would say you can utilize it in every use case. There are some particular places where you can utilize it. There are some problems as well, some challenges as well. So before going to understand this concept and like digging deeper in everything, it's very important to understand that what I'm going to do with the AI agent. So in this situation, like first I'm going to discuss what exactly the AI agents are, which I think basically all of you are already aware of, because that's why you are here. And then we are going to understand what are the qualities of the AI agent, how it is different from Chat GPT, which people are. This is the most common question that I'm hearing from people. Even like there are certain people I discuss the business use case as well, and I came to know, and even I asked the same question that how it is different, what you have built, how it is different from ChatGPT. I can ask the same thing from the ChatGPT. I'm going to discuss this in the detail. And there are certain use cases I'm going to discuss. There are certain companies actually which are specifically built on AI agent, and you will be very surprised to see that these companies are actually doing good now. But still, AI agent is a lot promising right now. It's not like everything we can do with the AI agent. So there are some challenges, some misconceptions. So we are going to discuss each and everything. And also a basic workflow I'll discuss from a non-technical point, that how it, or I would say what makes it different. What is the workflow which is entirely different from Chat GPT or from the traditional chatbot. So because I have seen like in my company also, and previously there are people who have spent years to build the chatbots. I would say traditional chatbots, but over the time when ChatGPT came in 2022, it's like over. Building the whole traditional ChatGPT was over, and then people started building the ChatGPT, and people were happy with that, and then AI agents came, and then now, even if you, I'm not sure if anyone of noticed that if you use Chat GPT, even a free version, there is an option at the bottom which says tools that you can utilize, and in that tool there is a search, there is a analysis, there are certain options are given. This is kind of, I would say, part of the AI agent. So I'll discuss each and everything in today's call. So first, what is an AI agent? AI agent, if I say in nutshell, and what I have seen multiple places, it's, you can call it as a digital assistant, you can call it as a digital worker, any person like who does the task for you, but it is not directly present or physically present with you. It's a virtual assistant. So what it does, it gathers the information, it based on the interaction with you, it understands your problem, it gathers the information, and then based on that information it does the task for you, and after that it achieves the goals whatever you wanted to do. So I would say it, I would say the best part of the AI agent is like it can take the decision, it can learn, it can adopt the situation. So if you see in Swiggy also, in multiple places, even now also, we see the chatbots where after a certain point we have to talk to the customer care, or they ask you that can, if you are not satisfied, then we can connect you with the some customer person or any assistant, right? There is nothing, I would say, autonomous or decision making. There are a certain if else conditions are applied. If I talk about the backend development, how it was developed, but if I talk about chat gpt, it is better actually. There are so many things it does it by itself. If you ask, suppose let's talk about the travel planning agent itself. If you want to say that, okay, I want to go for a trip, that should be a work trip or that should be a holiday, and I like mountains or the beaches, or I want to go outside India, something like this. It will give you a complete itinerary based on your interest area. And after that, it will ask you also that, do you want something else? Do you want related to that? Do you want the hotels list? Anything. So this is the chat GPT was doing. But suppose if you're not interested in that, or maybe if you want little tweak, every time you have to give lots of instructions to chat GPT. So I would say this is not autonomous. But when it comes to AI agent, we make it autonomous. First of all, it does all the task for you one by one, which chat GPT also does that, but not automatically. You have to tell chat GPT that I want to do that, then only it does that. But AI agent are the ones which can do everything for you by itself, by taking its own decision. You don't need to tell that, okay, no, you are doing this wrong, you are doing this in a different way, you have to do this. There is a certain set of instruction that you have to provide in the beginning. Like you have to tell that what you are or what role you are actually going to play. Based on that, it will decide. So that's how AI agent is different. I would call it end-to-end autonomous agent, which can which can work for you for anything, that whatever task you will define it to you. Now, when I talk about the qualities of AI agent, as I said before, it's an intelligent decision making, I can say. It takes action because it's like in ChatGPT, it's like a theoretical performance that you can see. Everything will be displayed. Okay, you can do this, 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 but it won't book the things for you. It won't go to the any app where you can book the hotels. But with the help of AI agent, you can do the task actually. And also multi-step reasoning. There are multiple steps that it automatically follows, that it reasons of every choice that he makes. You don't need to give any instruction. No, after suppose if I'm saying travel planning agent, I'm saying, okay, after checking the itinerary, make the budget first, then or based on the budget, select these hotels, then this, then this. You don't need to give the step by step instruction. It does that step multi-step reasoning by its own. Apart from that, as I said, it takes action. How does it take the action? Based on the tools, what I'm calling as a tools. Because suppose if I want to book a hotel, what generally I do, I go to an app. Okay, based on that app, I take certain like I select some hotel, I check the prices, and then I click on the book, and then I make the payment, and that's how the process is done. But if I'm saying that I want my AI agent to take some action, there should be some tool or there should be some way through which it can access that app. There should be some connection. That connection itself is called tool. So if I'm going to search something, if I'm going to do some analysis, if I'm going to do some trading part, anything, for that there should be some APIs, there should be some tools that through which I can access that particular website, particular task, and I can get that task done through the AI agent. Next is the memory. Memory, if you don't give the memory to your AI agent, it will forget everything instantly. It's like you are saying, it's like a Gajni. Everything it is going to forget in after what I ask. So every time you go to that agent, you have to tell everything from the scratch. So I'm not just talking about the RAM, I would say the short-term memory. I'm talking about the long-term memory also. So suppose if you are trying to log it after certain time, and then it will remember your preferences, it will remember your likes, dislikes. So based on that, it can suggest you. So it helps in context building also. And if I say autonomy, I told you everything is should be autonomous. It can work 24/7 because it's a digital agent, it's a collaborative. If you want give more instruction, if you want better finite I would say defined results, you can tune your AI agent accordingly. Impact of AI agent, I would say you can see in the market. The one very basic, I tell you, the AI agent, which I came across. Actually, there is one guy I connected on LinkedIn. I came to know that he's building some business based on AI agents. How, I'm not sure, but the core principle behind was the AI agent. So I tell you the pain point first. So what happens is, when we connect with the social media, uh, we generally spend lots of time reading posts. Then we go to different magazines also, where new technology is arrived. Okay, and we just, if we want to make the post out of it, either we think about it like how to write caption and everything, or maybe nowadays we use the chat gpt also, and then we write a proper caption in the post. So it takes time. And every time, if I want to stay updated on LinkedIn or maybe Instagram or on YouTube, I have to be very regular about those posts. And that's how I'm going to build my network and everything. So nowadays, these kind of things are very necessary to build a better connection. So for that, if suppose if I build a AI agent which can do actually all the social media tasks for you. It can search the website, it can search for the latest news trends, or maybe the information that you want to post about. It can create the post for you, and then uh, basically display it to you on whatever dashboard you're using, and then you can copy paste it to the LinkedIn or Instagram or anywhere you want. Now you will ask me that I can do it with the chat gpt also. I would suggest you try that. You will realize how painful it is. Every time reiteration, doing doing multiple selections and removing unnecessary things, it's really painful. Still, it's really painful. So uh, if I am going to have a, I would say, tool or assistant which does only the social media task. So how it is different? It I can say that some particular websites are there. You have to go and search those websites specifically, extract those content, or I would say do the web scraping for that content and post it. That will be more efficient, and it will increase the productivity. Even like if I had to hire a social media manager or social media intern, I can skip that. Now everything will be automated, and there were some tools that were already available which can schedule this job for you. So you can integrate those things along with your AI agent. So now your productivity has been increased, your cost has been reduced. There's a new business that you can create, and if you suppose if you want to give the subscription out of it, this is really awesome that you just have built the tool. You have to just do the maintenance, and now you can earn from that also. Okay, and obviously it will be based on the decision making. Like enhanced decision making will happen there. And it's, I have taken the example of the social media service that people are doing actually, and you won't believe that mostly it was a surprise for me also, that 80% of social media content, when I'm talking about the LinkedIn specifically, is fake. I would say fake. It means it's not incorrect information. It's not written by people. You will see that, okay, this looks like a story, but this is not the story that people have written. This is not something that people have told. It's completely generated by AI. Video examples you guys have already seen, like based on the deep sea. So this is the one example where AI agent can be very efficient, which other where other functions were not. And you can increase the customer service, obviously, because customer service is something where AI agents need the most, because still we have the traditional bots. Even after multiple technologies, people are still not able to figure out that how to talk to people like a human. So to somewhat, to certain extent, this has been achieved. Okay, data management you can definitely do based on your actually this is what I did first, like with my AI agent, that if I there are so many files, Excel sheets are there, you can share everything all together. It can take it as an input, and it can give you the organized and the sleek output, or I would say one compact file out of it. So that's how you can do the data management as well. Any questions anyone has? Okay. So I'm going ahead next. The most important part that I wanted to discuss, that AI agent versus ChatGPT. As I said, the first question when the guy told me about the social media manager that he built with the AI agent, the first question came in my mind was, why should I purchase your AI agent based application? I can do it based on the chat GPT. I can basically, it will take only few minutes. I can think about it that, okay, on this topic I can use the chat GPT and generate it. Why will I pay about it? But if you first, the very first difference that you will see is in the output. Okay, in the output it's different. Now there are certain, I tell you with the very basic or general difference between ChatGPT and AI agent, that it can do the task that ChatGPT can't do. So I would say, task, it means, like I'm saying, hotel booking, okay, searching, doing the research. It will not just give you a theoretical answer, it will take the action. Like, where I used to think about it, that what chat gpt is just a conversation agent. You can talk, you can ask, you can talk, you can just write about it. Maximum you can do is, like, you can convert your text into voice, and now you can have the voice to voice conversation. But it's more than the conversation. It's more than, if I'm saying, as I said, what's the good trip plan for a Goa? Okay, if I'm asking this question, it's not just a suggestion. It's like, it can book hotel, find flights, it can create itinerary, and it can take the action. That's one basic difference. Second thing is the autonomy. It can make everything to be autonomous. And also, one basic difference is, you can ask anything to chat gpt. It's a very generic. But if talking about the AI agent, it's a very specific. If I'm making an AI agent for travel planning, it will always be for the travel planning. If I'm making a AI agent for the customer service, it will always be for a customer service. And suppose in the customer service also, if you have multiple sections like banking, maybe food delivery, or maybe like, again, flight related queries, whatever it is, you have to make it very specific. So it will be completely use case specific. And there are a huge difference. It's like a difference between generalist and a specialist. Generalists know everything, specialists know about one thing, but it does it well. So this is one thing that AI agent can do, which ChatGPT can't. Where AI agents being used? Okay, these are certain markets, or I would say areas, industries that I have kept, but it's beyond that. But these are primary areas where people are using AI agents, because AI agents have the specialty. And also there is one more thing that I forgot to tell. If you want to see that, can I use AI agent if I want to evaluate? Suppose you're working in an industry for 10 years, any industry, either in the retail or anything. Okay. And if you think that, okay, AI agent has, like, in a very hype state right now, and I want to utilize it in my business, but I don't know anything about the AI or LLM or anything like this. Can I use it? You have to just understand one basic thing. AI agent is used to make everything autonomous. It is something through which I can perform tasks and take the decision making. Three things are important. So when I'm saying I have to make or I have to automate something, then you have to think, what are those processes which are repetitive in your business, which does not require too much brain, I would say, which have a fixed pattern that I can follow, and still, I would say, mandatory, that I have to do regularly based on that. So in that situation, you can replace that whole process with the help of AI agent. You have to define a complete workflow, like a customer service. When I'm saying customer service, what happens? uh, in customer service, I tell you, there is a major problem is 90% of people have the similar kind of queries. Similar queries, uh, or I would say, repetitive queries. If I'm facing issue, the other people will face the same similar issue, so 90% queries are same. So in that situation, you're hiring a new person and managing everything and replying differently, it's very difficult. If you keep the AI agent, it will not reply same. It will reply based on the customer only, but still you can replace this process with the AI agent. Replace the person to the this AI agent. Similarly, travel, hospitality, there's a huge task when you plan a travel. You have to think about the location, you have to search, you have to figure out multiple and there is one more thing which is very human that people generally do. People never get satisfied with one particular itinerary. Like I have seen this, even I do this. If I go to some particular agent, like say if I'm going to make my trip and I'm asking, can you give me itinerary, I want to visit this place, they will give me the end-to-end plan. First of all, human will make it, so they will need a particular person to do that task, which is like increasing their cost. And even after that, 90% chances are, if I am if he's the first person I'm connecting with, I'm not going to take his plan. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll check other options also. I'll check the best budget plans. So that's the reason where AI agents comes in handy. Like based on the particular needs, it will give you the best possible plans. So maybe three, four plans. You can select anything because people need options nowadays. So and in healthcare there are multiple sections. It's not just one. First of all, the one basic use case that I came to know about is what happens. Doctor do not have much time to give any advice apart from the prescription. You can't I would say you can't replace prescriptions because that's very crucial. You can't make mistakes into that. But when it comes to the guidance, if I have the prescription, if I have the patient detail, there is a place where I can think of giving some guidance, or I would say guidance has mean you should drink water regularly, you should do exercise regularly, something like this. The people actually want to know, because whenever you visit to the doctor, apart from the medicines, you ask what diet plan I should follow, what I should do, what I should not do. So such kind of advices can be given, but not clinical, because there are some rules, regulations, so you can't do that. But apart from that, some paperwork which happens a lot in healthcare. If it's related to insurance or appointments, reminders, health support. These are things where AI agents can be useful. HR and recruitment is the most tedious task when someone does it. You have to get so many resumes and you have to screen it, you have to schedule interviews, and there are times when people do not answer, then you have to call them again. There's a loop to it. And then resolving people's query, and then again sending them the reply after the interview, whatever it is, positive, negative. In both the cases, there is again huge list of tasks, right? So that kind of thing can be replaced with the AI agent. Marketing and sales, as I said, the best example I do, social media follow post people can write. People are building actually these things nowadays. Education and learning, when it comes to the personalized learning, what happens is it's not humanly possible that one person can reply to all the queries and provide the personalized learning. So even in AI, if I talk about it deeply, what happens is if someone comes to me and wants to say that, okay, I want to switch to AI, one basic example, then the first question I have is like, okay, tell me what's your experience. What, suppose if someone is having 10 years of experience and if he wants to switch in AI, I can't uh, say that thing to that person that you can start as a fresher. No, the 10 years of experience, the domain knowledge the person has. So there should be a plan that can be given to him, which is based on his experience and whatever he was doing. His domain knowledge can be utilized with the AI solution, because AI is not I would say, there is not, this is a technology which provides the solution. This is not a problem, this is a solution. So whatever you are working on, you can replace or you can assist with the AI. So in education, making plans for everyone, understanding what the person wants. If I have the AI agent, I can do it easily. And in e-commerce, there are lots of inventories that people have. There are so many management operations work that happens in e-commerce on everyday basis. And if you talk about the big gains like Amazon, Flipkart, there is a huge mismatch. Even like I tell you the example of the delivery guy also. There are so many parcels they receive at the some occasions like Diwali and all, and there are so many workers which are like involved in finding the right places, segregating them, organizing them, keeping the inventory. Obviously, you can't do the physical task, but management, which is being done on the system, can be replaced by AI agent. Everything that I am telling here is, I would say, at this point, can be little optimistic, but in future there will be time when this will also be implemented. There are many companies, there are more than 25-30 companies that I know who are working in that direction, and actually they have released their product, people are purchasing that, and there are other companies which are their customers who are providing AI product, AI solutions. And since this came in the market, uh, there's a huge opportunity to build such platform based on subscriptions and plans and all. But obviously end to end cloud management, AI technology, there's some backend work, everything has to be there to make it work. If I say, okay, I understood what it does, how it does, and I would say what is the impact, but actually what, how actually it is working. So rather than looking at this diagram, think like a human. If someone gives you the task, how do you do it? First of all, the very first step is you have to understand it. You will understand it, you will, then what you will do, you will break it into pieces. Okay, if someone has given you any task, either it's a cooking, it's learning something, anything, or doing multiple meetings, anything, you will just understand the task, you will break down into simple tasks, and then you will plan. So you can see the agent does the same thing. First it understands, uh, and then it plans. And how, when I'm saying planning, what does it mean by planning? Planning means I have to divide everything into different tasks, one task at a time, then second task at a time, then third task at a time. There might be possibilities that task may be run in the parallel. There might be possibility that one task output is the input of for the other another task. And once that is planned, that is, next comes to the execution. The execution happens. But when I'm saying execution happens, there should be some APIs, tools comes into the picture. So suppose if I have to send the SMS through the WhatsApp, I have to connect with the Telegram. There is an app, Studio app is there. You have to connect with it so that it can provide that integration to do the task. If I have to make the I would say appointments, I have to connect with the Calendly API. 90% tools are available in the market. If I have their APIs are available in the market. What is API? API, I would call it kind of an endpoint through which you can connect two things together in the web world. So this is the simplest definition. There's much more to APIs. It will again take time. So I'm just simplifying the thing. You just think that there should be some ways, or I would say, if suppose if you want to go somewhere, okay, how will you go from one place to one another? You need a vehicle, right? You need either your car or your two-wheeler or anything to reach from one place to another place. Similarly, to do the action, you need something that is called as a tool. With the help of tool, you can execute that action. After that action is executed, it is giving to its brain. Okay, the brain actually is utilized two times. First of all, in making the plans, and second thing, once the task is executed in that place, to evaluate that what has been done. So there are two places or two times when the brain has been used. And when I'm saying brain, what does it mean? It means the open AI. Or I will, no, sorry, my mistake, it's not open AI, I will call it as a LLM. It can be any LLM. It's a open AI, it's a Gemini, it's a anthropic model, anything it can be. But there should be some LLM at the back end who will process this information it will divide it into tasks, it will evaluate everything, and after that converting into natural language again, it will share it to the user. So that's how a basic workflow of AI agent works. Any questions? Okay, so next is like common misconceptions that people think. This is very important actually. AI agent will replace human jobs. It is actually doing to some extent, but I would not say that it will replace it completely. It is there to assist. There are, I think you guys have heard about the builder.ai, the recent company. There is too much noise about it in the LinkedIn. So what happened, they have promised to develop apps. They have promised to develop apps based on AI. They were saying that AI is doing everything, but it came to know that it was not AI who was doing everything. It was the Indian developers who were actually writing the code at the back end, and they were doing it. So that when this truth came out, everything was fallen in place, and the company went to the bankruptcy, and it's like shut down this month, in month of May. So this is one big example to like prove this, that AI agents will not replace the human jobs. It will assist. To certain extent, it will reduce, but at the end, we need human evaluation as always. Second thing is you need to be a programmer to use AI agent. It depends. I would say you don't need to be a hardcore programmer, because there are two types of agents that you can build. One with the coding, which is like you need to have a knowledge of LangChain or LangFlow, any framework. I would say LangGraph, sorry, and you need to know about some frameworks as well, like Crew AI and all. Okay, AutoGen. There are some platform where you can build this AI agent with the help of code. But there are some no code tools also available that people are using nowadays, where you can just drag and drop. It is exactly similar. If I compare it, like if you are building a website, there are two ways. Either you can build the website everything from the scratch, okay, with the coding, or the second option is you can do it with the Shopify, with the WordPress, where you have to just drag and drop. Now if you ask me what is the difference, if there is a no code platform, I can do it easily, right? Why do I need to learn the code? It depends. On what it depends. First of all, there are many tools which are, I would say, no code platforms are available, but they have the paid subscription. Like there is a company relevance.ai, but if you want to use it, you have to pay. Okay, first thing. So there's a cost involved. And the second thing, which is I feel more important, is if you are building it with core, you always have more flexibility as compared to drag and drop option, because their options gets limited. It's like the way we have in the WordPress websites or Shopify websites, where you have everything, templates, everything is ready. You have to just drag and drop. But if you do everything from scratch by writing one each piece, or I would say line by line, then it gives you more flexibility, better and robust structure. AI agents always know what to do. No, there is always a clear instruction and context has to be given. So there are three to four things that we pass to AI agent when we build it. We have to provide a rule that what exactly you want it to be. You have to give what inputs you are going to give, what goals you have to achieve, what output you are expecting. So these are three, four things you have to pass, and there is always a room for iterations, which we call as a prompt engineering. We have to iterate if it doesn't work. But once it is set up at the place, there are places where it works. But I have seen many cases where no matter how many times you have iterated, you have implemented it practically, it failed. And like I have implemented in the healthcare domain many times, and we could not achieve the accuracy much, because there were situations where they're going to use it. Okay, and AI agents understand emotions like humans. There is no question on it. It can't. Okay, and using AI agent is risky and unsafe. It depends again how you're using it ethically and responsibly. There are multiple places where people can utilize it, but even there are some guardrails that you can implement with your AI agent so people can't use it in a wrong way. Or I would say in even in LLM that you are using, like it's a open AI or anything, there are some guardrails that people implement. So these things can be implemented to avoid these things, to like to make AI agent risky or something. So these are some misconceptions that people have, but still in today's era AI agents are still very promising, as I said, and lots of opportunities can be here if people explore it in the right way. So this is all I wanted to discuss in this webinar. If you have any questions, let me know. One short information I would like to give here, like as I'm releasing the practical online bootcamp, that will be for almost 5 weeks, where we are going to build AI agent from scratch, a travel planning agent which will do everything for you, from giving you, or I would say suggesting you the locations, making the itinerary for you, and taking some actions. And apart from that, because there is there is no point of building something if you can't showcase it to others or you can't send the link to people. So that's why we are going to deploy that agent with the Streamlit. You can share it across with your friends or the people, and that's how we are going to build it. And everything I'm going to cover in this bootcamp, from the beginning, how the LLM works, how what is the memory, how the prompt engineering works, and also not just with the code. I'm going to use Crew AI for this bootcamp specifically with code, but for the no code, I'm going to use Langflow, where you are going to see how you can do it with just drag and drop options as well. So everything we are going to build scratch from scratch, and we are going to start it uh, from June, mid June. And if you want to register, you can visit my website over there. If you have any questions, let me know. Any doubts, questions on AI agents? Because in next webinar, I'm going to discuss each and everything actually in the detail, how the memory works, what are the options, how, what are the frameworks, what are the tools, how we can utilize it, where we can do it. So next week, the same time, I'm going to release another webinar where I'm going to discuss this, all those things one by one. But before knowing everything, this is very important to understand that in where, at what point in the industry I'm going to utilize my AI agent. Then only start building it. And also, if you guys have any, you're working in any domain, particular domain, and you want to see that how I can implement AI agent over there, we can discuss. Let me know. We'll discuss the end-to-end use case there. Okay, I got a question. How does reg compare with agents? Okay, I'll not say that reg is compared with agents. Okay, reg can be used in the agents itself. What is a reg? Reg is a system where we provide the external knowledge to our bot. So either it's a chat gpt, it's any bot, or it's an agent. We always want, if I want to provide some external information which is not readily available on the web, then I implement rag inside it. So there might be, you will hear the word agentic rag. So agentic rag is a perfect example of it. I'll give you one more example in a practical way. uh, you can say, suppose I am making a chatbot for the customer service. Okay, and I want that chatbot that I'm building, or I would say AI agent that I'm building, it should be able to reply to my customers of my company policies as well, if someone has any doubts related to that, insurance related to that, if something is being covered under my insurance or not, these things are there, then it should refer that particular document. So now suppose if you are building a agent, you have built a tool. Okay, suppose if you have, you want to you want to perform that task, and in that situation what will happen, you will integrate it with the tool. So when I'm saying tool, it means maybe for the web search and for other search which is very generic answer. So in that situation it will search and give you the response, but maybe your company policy will be different from what we actually see on the internet, or I would say generic answer. So in that situation what you will do, you will again provide your company policy document as an external knowledge source that will be stored in a vector database. Vector database is a form of storing the data through which LLM can interact with it. So you will use RAG architecture there, which is called retrieval augmented generation. So you will store all of your extra knowledge to some database, some encoded database, I can say. And whenever user asks any question, you will not just search the web, you will search that document also, the policy document also, and based on the complete information you will get the answer and execute it. That's how it will work. So it's an additional thing that you can provide. Am I clear? Yeah. Cool. So what about e-commerce IT product that we can use AI agents? So you have to give me a little bit more information. As I said, whenever you are thinking about AI agent, you have to just think what are the processes which are repetitive, okay, and similar. Like every time there is a pattern, or there is a fixed thing that I can talk about. So if you are working in that e-commerce IT product sector, you have to tell me the process about it that I'm not aware, then I can share you. Okay, so now SSL certificates domain we are selling. Okay, so in that situation, you have to see that if I'm saying domain are being sold, okay, SSL certificates are being sold, maximum at this place what I understand is you can replace first of all your sales guy, that you can build a better sales plan with the AI agent, make or get the deal done. When you're saying you can see that how your AI agent can understand people's perspective who wants it. For example, let me give you my example. When I am going to purchase a domain, initially I had used a service provider before, and what happened is I was not sure actually what I had to buy. This is a separate hosting. This is separate domain. So there can be some information I'm pretty sure that people will be using at your company as well, and there will be some guy who will be assisting. So there is first the very big thing is customer service that people are providing, and I feel when in this, so telling the differences, what kind of domains people are doing, okay, that you can do. Or you can build the customer service, because this is also where people need the most. And okay, how AI agents will help me to understand my sales data, that depends on data. You what you are doing is, you if you think about it as a core agent, basically you want to build an analysis agent who can do the analysis based on your sales data, so that you can figure out that if I want the analysis, what are the key factors, based on that I want that analysis, what are the things that I want to understand, based on that you can define the task, and then you can execute it. It will be more clear if you can show me the data, if you can tell me what you actually want to understand. You should be able to know that what input you are feeding, as you said it should be a sales data, then what exactly you are trying to understand it from. You are trying to understand from the customers, you are trying to understand the reason, gender, or the categories of your sales data where it made the more sales. What exactly you want to understand, that you have to define first. Based on that you can analyze and define the task. You have to give me the little I would say more idea about what exactly you want to understand from your sales data. This is very generic. We can discuss it in a separate call as well if it's in the detail. But it, in a core, I would call it as an analysis agent who will do the analysis of your whole data for you and give you the insights or your pain points. Uh, am I clear? Okay. Okay. Any other question? This is the actually I would say the prettiest thing about AI agent. If you think deeper about it, now it's exactly same as humans do. And sometimes you know what happens when we do something, there is a huge clutter in our mind also. We don't know how to do it. We don't know what exactly we want at the end. Okay, and sometimes we do not understand the process also. We just have to get things done. It happens a lot in IT projects. When someone gives the projects, or I would say we call it as like, okay, you have to do the research. We don't even know. Even in data science project, it happened many times when we had to define our problem, actually what we wanted to solve, and after that we had to do the brainstorming to define that on which parameters or in which what features my project was based on, or where I can utilize, as if I'm going to do data analysis or I'm going to do the preparation of the features, what exactly I'm going to do. So these are few things that even like we had to make it very clear in our brain. Once it's clear, then only we can proceed. So similarly, if you are going to do anything with the AI agent, you have to make it very clear. One time you have to do the task. I can say in short, you have to do it one time by your own. And then you have to tell your machine that, okay, I have done it like that. Now you do it for me every time. That's the fundamental of AI agents. Hope it's clear. Okay, so then I'm wrapping up this session. I'll post this video on YouTube. You can have a look there if any confusion, and you can reach out to me anytime on our community. Thank you.